Populated myself with my things here. All right, so here's what we got going on as of right now. We have it appears to be an officer or officers shot on Park Avenue in Manhattan. Let me cut to this real quick.
You in Lexington Avenue, expect emergency vehicles and delays in the surrounding area. And we are waiting to see what is going to unfold here next. But again, major response by police right now. The NYPD in full droves as, again, this very critical incident is happening. And we are going to be awaiting. And there we have the canines now on the ground there as well. And yeah, multiple canines there, along with officers ranging from...
Okay, so I'm going to leave this feed on while I search for other feeds to see what's happening. This seems like an extraordinary amount of presence for just one shooter. This is pretty bad. I hope it's just, at this point, one shooter. I hope it hasn't just jumped into some sort of terror campaign. But I'm going to see what other feeds I can get. It's happening right now. This is absolutely live. There is some kind of attack going on in New York City right now. I had a show planned, obviously, but we don't know what's going on, and this is breaking news. So I'm going to leave this on and search for other feeds as well.
Really big incidents. The police will not let fire departments or ambulance crews get close to the scene if there's still an active situation that is going on, if they have not been able to clear the area. They will not welcome the fire department or ambulance crews in until everything is deemed safe, where they could do life-saving measures if they have to there. But you're seeing now more tactical police officers coming to the scene, even running to the corner there. And we are waiting to see what we are going to really unfold next here on Live Now from Fox. But again, breaking news happening out in New York City. We are waiting for more updates, but giving you a live look as it unfolds right now in New York City. Let's continue to just listen in for a little bit, and we'll wait for more updates. Active scene right now, continuing. We'll wait until the photographer is able to once again stabilize the shot. Is moving right now for...
Okay, so the news right now is that a police officer has been shot in New York City on Park Avenue. So I'm trying to do everything I can to bring you guys the most up-to-date news right now. And it just seems like this feed from Fox has got an actual on-the-scene camera angle.
That was observed near 51st Street and Park Avenue. Witnesses, including a Fox 5 New York employee, reported hearing gunshots in the area. NYPD and the Sheriff's Department officers are in protective gear and seen with their guns drawn just moments ago as well. A video taken by a Fox 5 New York employee shows several officers carrying a person, and other officers appear to be tending to a person lying on the ground here. So we are going to see how this all unfolds. Viewer discretion advised. Continuing as we're taking this live raw feed from New York right now. Heavy police presence continues on Park Avenue near 51st Street, and we saw within the last 15 minutes police pushing back the general public and media to a safer location that is right here right now. right, everyone. You are taking a live look here. We'll wait until the photographer is able to stabilize another shot. I'm your host, Mike Page, continuing with the breaking news out of New York right now, where there's a massive police presence going on as NYPD members really take to the streets. They have converged there on this Monday evening on this summer night, and this is coming from the NYC Emergency Management, saying avoid the area near Park Avenue and 53rd Street. Follow instructions from emergency personnel for real-time verified information and official emergency updates. Sign up for Notify NYC. Text Notify NYC to 692-692. Download the Notify NYC app. And that is just being put out there, and we'll continue to look here as the NYPD News putting this out on X as well, saying due to police activity, please avoid the vicinity of East 52nd Street between Park Avenue and Lexington Avenue. Expect emergency vehicles and delays in the surrounding area. And here's our live shot right now that we are continuing to take out in New York here. A very, very fluid scene that is happening where police personnel are coming out in droves, really taking over the streets there in Manhattan as this major police presence continues. Active investigation will follow, but you saw the first responders out on the scene as well, and then you had the holding pattern of the emergency crews as well as fire and ambulances. And then now you have more people just coming out to see what is going on. They're hearing all the noise and commotion. You have police putting up yellow tape to try to control the crowd and to remind them not to go over the yellow line here that has been established as this is all unfolding right now on Live Now from Fox. We are continuing to bring you these feeds as we can. Sky Fox is now coming to the scene. We'll give you that look here in just a moment, but many reporters, as you can see, are converging here as well. And right now, we want to go out to Fox 5 New York, where they are starting some of their breaking news coverage. Let's listen in right now. We have Fox 5's Linda Schmidt on the scene.
For more than 20 years. He happened to be walking by. How long ago was it, Matthew?
About an hour ago. I was walking home, going to Grand Central, and then I saw a rush of people come from behind me. I had my headphones on so I couldn't hear, and then somebody said, gunshots, gunshots, and then I turned around, and more people were running, and then it kind of quieted down. So I walked back towards the Bank of America to check it out, and then I saw a bunch of cops, guns drawn, going into the side entrance, not Bank of America, but the side entrance on of a park, going in, their guns drawn. And then a few minutes later, a rush of people came out, and then 4 police officers were bringing out another officer who was looked injured. He was being carried by his arms and his legs off, and I don't know the status of him or what happened.
Right, and at this point, we don't know. It's important to point out, I mean, I know you saw them carrying him out, but we don't know if it's a police officer. We don't know if it's a security guard. We don't know if it's somebody in some other type of uniform.
It was somebody in uniform, but you're right. It looked like a police officer to me, but it was the same color uniform, but it could have been a security guard. It could have been somebody else. You're right.
Okay, now I want you to take a look at all the activity that's going on here. Just go right over my shoulder, Gus. You can see there are hundreds of police officers out here. Now, they have pushed us back from the scene. We were across the street at East 50th and Park Avenue. Now they've pushed us on the other side of the street. Now, they have cordoned off, it seems to be like a 4-block area from 50th going up to 53rd and from Madison going down to Lexington. So they are not letting people walk up and down the side streets. I saw SWAT teams arrive here. When we pulled up, it was about, say, 20 minutes ago. We have emergency service unit. That is the SWAT team. Them showing up. We're talking about the trained officers that carry the long guns that you have seen so many different times, especially in incidents where we have been doing stories on possible terror attacks. The sirens are going off like crazy here. I mean, cop cars just keep arriving, undercover cars, regular NYPD cruisers. There is management here from all different levels from the NYPD. And from what we are hearing, there is still an active shooter situation. Now, at this point, we don't know exactly what the building is. Now, we were told it's a Bank of America building, but we don't know if it's that entrance that the officers went into. They went into a side entrance. That would have been on what, Matt? Not on Park Avenue itself, but the side entrance.
On 51st, it was the side entrance, not the Bank of America right in the front there, but that side entrance is where they were all going in. And I did see the SWAT teams go in at one point, and then, like we said, people coming out, running, and then bringing the officer out.
Hold on just a moment. Sorry, I'm getting a call from one of my colleagues, one of my managers. Hold on just a moment. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Can you talk? Hello? 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 Okay, whoever's trying to reach me, it's not going through. All right, hold on just a moment. I want to look at Slack here because we've got some information that's coming across Slack about what exactly is going on here. It's saying there are at least 3 injured. And again, all of this information is preliminary. From a law enforcement source telling my colleague Arthur Sheehan, at least 6 people shot. 1 police officer was on paid detail, possibly from the Bronx. Now, again, this is all preliminary information. He's also being told that there is an AR-15 and a vest on the gunman. So the gunman is wearing a bulletproof vest and is carrying an AR-15. That is what my colleague Arthur Sheehan is hearing right now from some of his law enforcement sources. So this is still a very active scene. Again, law enforcement saying, telling Arthur Sheehan from his sources, at least 6 people shot. Now, again, this is breaking news. This information could change 5 minutes from now. This is how it happens. It's a developing story. More and more police are showing up here in marked cars and in black SUVs, unmarked vehicles, lots of police officers here. We've got state police, the NYPD, and plenty of police officers walking around with long guns. And again, pushing the public back as far as possible. The location where we are right now, the video that you're looking at, is East 50th Street and Park Avenue. That's about, Matt, what is it, a block or two?
About a block, yep, about a block or two.
Mayor Adams are on the scene. He's wearing a bulletproof vest. He is with his security detail. He is talking on the phone. He is being updated by the second about what's going on here. Now, again, the mayor, a former police captain with the NYPD, excuse me, my voice is cracking from allergies. The mayor is staying, though, on this side of the yellow line for now. Again, Matt, I'm sorry. So the entrance is what, a block from here?
Yeah, 51st Street, and then with that side street there, so 51st and Park, as you're going to 3rd Avenue. Is that 3rd Avenue? Or Lexington?
It's going to be Lexington.
Yeah, Lexington. That's that side entrance right there.
Okay.
Right where the Bank of America building is. That's where...
all of this is going down. Okay, do me a favor. Just stay here for a moment. Hey, Gus. Gus, no, look at me. Just right on air here. Okay, so now this is where it's all happening. The mayor showed up here. He is just on his tape. He is being briefed right now by NYPD brass. This is all happening. Gus, stay on me. This is all happening. We are on 50th and Park Avenue. Where this incident is happening is just 1 block from here, okay? 1 block from here at 51st Street. And then you would make a right. It's down that side street, 51st and Park Avenue. Now, again, I want you to go ahead, push into the mayor, because I want to stay on top of what the mayor's doing and see at what point they are actually, the mayor is going, he went underneath the yellow tape. He is now approaching 51st Street. Let's go over here, Gus. Just get in the middle of the street. Just go ahead. Get over there. I want you to stay on with the mayor, if you would, please. Okay. And again, Linda Schmidt with Fox 5 News here. I'm out here with Gus Batista. He is my cameraman. And we are reporting from Midtown. Now, again, the mayor just crossed the yellow police line. He is walking toward 51st Street, which is 1 block from here. And then if you would make that right on 51st, it is just down, excuse me, a short distance, which is the entryway to where my colleague Matt Otimus, and we'll be talking to Matt here again in just a moment, where he saw all of the officers with their guns drawn at the door, and then saw officers, multiple officers, carrying out someone, it appeared to be a man in a uniform, who apparently had been shot. So Gus, go ahead. We can just show the rest of the scene here. Again, we have state police on the scene. Literally hundreds of police officers. Now, because I'm monitoring, hold on just a second, because I'm monitoring other sources of information, I'm not able to make phone calls to my sources while I'm going live here and reading information coming in from some of my colleagues.
All right, so you see what's going on, and I get a comment like this, and it says, Brent, I wish you would just talk. This is a little bit more important than me talking about what's happening in the news. This is breaking. There are a lot of people who don't have access to televisions and can see this stuff on an ongoing basis. We don't know what's going on. I think there's a strong community interest in seeing this instead of just seeing me talk. I don't have anything to add. I'm not in New York City. I don't know what's going on. So I think it's best we listen to the people who are actually on the ground. So that's why I'm watching it.
He just posted 2 pictures of the suspect walking in, and he is walking down, it looks like Park Avenue. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, broad daylight, right past the Bank of America building?
Yep, that's the little Esplanade, Bank of America. There's Park Avenue right there.
Oh my gosh. Walks in, the guy's wearing, hold on just a second. Oh, okay, hold on just a second. All right. The police department is making us move away from the location where we are now, but I want to continue to describe, I hope you guys have the pictures. The suspect apparently wearing a blue blazer. It looks like a navy blue blazer, either a light blue or a white collared shirt. Sneakers, like black and white sneakers. Looks like to be like a pair of dark jeans, carrying what appears to be an AR-15. Oh, sorry, I gotta move. Cops are yelling at us. Okay, thanks, guys. Be careful. Carrying what appears to be an AR-15. He's holding it down by his side as he is walking, and he seems to be walking with purpose. It's not like he's just casually walking along the street. It looks like he is intent, obviously, with an AR-15 of carrying out something destructive. But what's really striking me about this is that it's broad daylight, and apparently nobody in this moment noticed that this man was walking with an AR-15. And the picture, it is absolutely clear.
Yeah, you can really see him. Hold on there with the mod.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, my colleague, Matt, let's hop back in here. Just go ahead, leave that back there. That's right. We're all helping each other out here, okay? This is breaking news. We haven't been experiencing anything like this in quite some time. So now, you were here when all of this went down. You're just on your way home from work.
I was going home. I was going to Grand Central to catch my train to go home. I had my headphones on, and I tell you, I won't wear my headphones again because I saw a rush of people coming past me, a lot of people, and it didn't look like just normal 1 or 2 people walking by me.
Right.
It was a rush of people, and I took my headphones out, and somebody said gunshots. And then I didn't hear anything. And then so I started walking back to check it out. And then somebody said gunshots, shooter, active shooter. And then I saw cops going into the Bank of America building on the side entrance with the guns drawn. And then that's when I just kind of backed up and just see what was going on. Then a bunch of people started running out of that building. And then that's when I saw 4 police officers bringing out another individual that was in a uniform that looked injured. They were carrying him out.
Okay, all right. So the gentleman that it carried out was wearing some type of a uniform, but again, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if
what his job is.
I don't know if it was a security guard or if it was a police officer. It was definitely a blue uniform, and they were carrying him by his arms and his legs out of the rushing out of the building.
And the thing of it is too, because we are in the news business, where whenever anything like this happens, we just don't walk by it. Matt stops, of course, and he starts taking video of the different things that he had seen. And you posted that video of showing it was multiple police officers with their guns drawn at the door, and then you saw the SWAT team showing up.
And I saw the SWAT team later on. I saw the SWAT team going in. The police presence became much more heavy. More police officers, lots of sirens, ambulance. It all started, as you see right here.
He's a colleague of ours. Matt works for Fox 5. Yeah. Some of our colleagues here from some of the other TV stations thinking that Matt is just somebody else who's walking along the street here who saw something, so they wanted to try to do an interview with him. So, which is understandable. So now, then you overheard people talking, some witnesses. What'd you hear?
We were there. I was there with my camera, kind of recording as much as I could. I did speak to an individual that was closer to the church, where there's a lot of people that kind of sit there and wait for, I think it's food donations, or they're there.
Right.
And they said that a woman said that she saw somebody with an AR-15 going into the building. And then so that confirms what Arthur Chen said in the photograph, confirms what that eyewitness saw, that there was somebody walking the building with AR-15 in sneakers, just going right into the building.
And once again, I'm looking at that video that our colleague Peter Fassini posted from a law enforcement source, and it is the picture of the alleged suspect. And again, walking, it's really stunning to me. Walking in broad, after everything that we do in this business, it's still shocking to me when I see something like this. But it's broad daylight.
Yeah, especially across that esplanade, which is wide open. You wonder if he had to get out of a car. How did he get there? He obviously did not walk down the street with an AR-15 all the way the entire way. So you just don't know where he came from, if he got out of a vehicle or what. Because I didn't see anything that looked like that, and nobody was reacting until people just started running after they said they heard gunshots. And later on, when I was going back and checking these out, I did hear a gunshot. So
okay, now something else, and this is information again that's coming in from our colleagues who are back at the station and other locations, and they are reaching out to their sources to get the information. My colleague Arthur Chen reporting from a source. Now again, all this information is preliminary, that the shooter ended up shooting himself, self-inflicted gunshot wound found on the 33rd floor. Okay, let me see here. The person that you saw being carried out of the building was taken to New York Presbyterian, which is not far from here at all, one of the best hospitals in the world. And apparently that person is in bad shape, according to my colleague, Arthur Chen. We can only pray that whoever this person is, that they pull out of this. But again, he is hearing from a source that the shooter shot himself, that he is down on the 33rd floor of the building. So talk to me a little bit more. hold on just a second. The gunman walked in with an AR-15 again in clear view, which you and I have been talking about. He was also wearing sunglasses, dark sunglasses, navy jacket, black jeans, and sneakers. Let me see if did anything. Okay, hold on. Confirm.
And Linda, the police were in there for a while. They were.
Oh, sorry, cops are coming through here. I gotta move. Get over to the other side. You got to get over. Just get over. Okay, we got an NYPD vehicle coming down 50th Street here. We don't know if they're parking there to keep us at distance. That might be the situation now, because all of the police officers that are out here, they're dealing with, no, it looks like he's backing up to park. The situation that they're dealing with, not only do they have...
Okay, so I'm looking on X as well, and I do see a picture of the guy. Obviously on YouTube, you are not allowed to post a picture of the guy, but it's clear as day. He's walking directly into the building, not even looking like he has a care in the world, just walking into the building in a big plaza, carrying what looks to be a long gun, could be AR, could be AK, sunglasses, and he looks to be of the goat chasing variety, if you know what I mean, which I can't say here on YouTube. Maybe we need to jump over a little bit earlier if we're going to be talking about this, because Rumble, I think, yeah, pretty much I know. I can show you all kinds of pictures here, so I'm going to save this stuff. But he just easily just walked into the building. It's called the Blackstone Building, right in Manhattan. Blackstone Building in Midtown Manhattan. He walked right in, carrying a gun, not even trying to hide it, and just walked right in. Yeah, absolutely insane. And of course, they're saying he's from that certain persuasion of tolerant people. Let's continue.
Here right now, give me like 30 seconds. Fox 5 News. Tune in to Fox 5 News. Also stay here, but you can watch both at the same time. Okay, so just give me a moment. Again, I'm Linda Schmidt, Fox 5 News. I'm here with Gus Batista. He's my cameraman. My colleague, Matt Onimus, who was on his way home from work, saw all of this happening. So he's been filling us in. Give us about 30 seconds, and we'll be back with you live on air.
All right, so while she's checking her stuff or doing whatever she needs to do, I guess they're going to change position, and then once they change position, SV said he posted a picture for you guys to see it, so you guys can see the guy walking calmly down the street. This is going to be bad, especially it's going to be real bad for old Zohan there. Zohan, who doesn't want to have police, wants to defund the police, wants to do all that kind of crazy stuff. Can't have this in Manhattan, not in the biggest city in the country, possibly the world. No, it's not the world, but this is really bad. Really, really bad. So she's changing positions at this point, so I'll keep you abreast as to what's going on. She's standing in the street, and we got some stuff with some cops here. Hold on.
Our thoughts and prayers to everyone involved, especially our first responders. But I've got to tell you, Mike, New York City is no stranger to these active shooter events, and they train quarterly for this. So, the men and women of the NYPD are ready for this, because we see with the huge presence that they have around this building on the corridor. And, they're just now going through the process of locating witnesses and making sure that scene is secure for crime scene.
And let's talk about what is it like when you are looking for a suspect in a downtown setting with, you have the big buildings there. It's just past 7 o'clock in New York. And what goes into that type of effort when you have
I've already told you twice. We got it further back.
It seems like it's happening at random. I mean, what possesses a criminal to want to try to do this in not only New York City, where they know that there is going to be a huge response, but also just knowing just what type of...
All right, so for people who want to recap, at about 6:55 or so, things went crazy in Midtown Manhattan on Park Avenue at a building called the Blackstone Building. This building is right at about 32nd or 33rd Street. A gentleman decided to walk into the building and go full crazy in it. I don't want these people to disconnect anything, but the word is that he's from a certain area of the world where, you know, I can't say it because they'll get pissed off, but pretty much where Zohan the Great, that whole area over there, if you know what I'm saying. I hate saying it this way, but they don't like us when we single people out. I can't even show you the picture, but he definitely looks like those kind of guys. Anyway, so numbers have been anywhere from 3 to 6 people. They say the guy is now unalived, but this seems to be an awfully big presence for somebody who's no longer with us. So possibly not a cop. They might be looking for sleepers, seeing what else is going to happen. Did he act alone? They're right now they're digging all through all kinds of stuff. Obviously, if I was a cop, I would tell you, but right now probably aren't a whole lot of cops that know. They know procedure, but this is. I wouldn't be surprised if President Trump makes a statement tonight. The biggest city in the country, and this kind of stuff is happening. And there was rumors. Somebody said that one of the people there were yelling free Palestine or something, but he just walked in and started opening fire. It says 345 Park Avenue near East 52nd Street. Suspect described as Middle Eastern man wearing a bulletproof vest himself, fired on police from the 32nd floor. At least 2 injured, possibly as many as 6, including NYPD officers. Now they have the bomb squad on site. New York Police Department has issued a level 3 mobilization, which pretty much brings everybody in at this point, and FBI agents are supporting the response. I do, I'm going to go to Rumble earlier because I have a video of them. Who's this they're taking? They're working on somebody in the street. Don't know if this is a suspect or not, but they're trying to save him. It might be the suspect. I can't show it here, but I'll show it once I jump over. So they pulled him out. I've got that video where they're trying to save his life, but don't know about that. All right, so I'll wait a little bit longer for jumping into my show. The way these guys are carrying this guy, it looks like he indeed was the shooter, because they were like, it doesn't look like it was a cop. So we shall see. All right, let me see what they're saying on this feed here. If they got any more information.
Police presence in that area. At one point, cops were seen with their guns drawn. Let's get right to Linda Schmidt, who is on the scene with what we know. This has been a very, very active police presence. Again, at least two people have been shot at an office building in Manhattan in the area of 52nd Street between Park Avenue and Lexington Avenue, a very, very busy area. If we have Linda Schmidt, let's go right out live to her with the very latest. Linda.
Well, first of all, right now we are on 50th Street here, Park Avenue. Police have pushed us back. Now, initially, when we were streaming live, we were up in that intersection right there. That's where the mayor arrived, where he got briefed, and then he went beyond the police barricade. The area where this is happening is literally right around the block from where we are right now. So we're on 50th. It's happening on 51st. This area is flooded with law enforcement.
Hundreds of NYPD officers out here. You have the officers that are trained with the long guns, the emergency service unit. You've got bomb squad out here.
From Fox 5 in New York, let's listen right now.
By here, when all of this started to go down, this is Matt Onimus. Matt, you were on your way home from work. Tell us, in your own words, what did you see?
Yeah, I was walking home to Grand Central to catch the train to go home, and I had my headphones on, which I won't do ever again because there was just a flood of people running past me, more than just one or two. It was just a ton of people, and I turned around and somebody said, you know, shooter, shooter, gunshots, and so I didn't hear anything. I took my headphones out. I started walking back towards, because I saw some people were kind of walking back towards 51st, and so when I walked back there,
right, that's just continuing. I mean, it's live, but this guy, we've heard his story already. SV Debbie Carroll says X has it that he's deceased on the 33rd floor. I wouldn't believe that because I'm looking at something right here, and unless this is just another victim, I can see a guy that the police dragged out into the street from the building. Could have been somebody who worked at the bank, but the way they're working on this guy that I'm seeing doesn't look good. Doesn't look good whatsoever. Uh-oh, now we got cops running. Hold on.
Another police, car or ambulance that was waiting.
Okay, and then also you were talking to some of the people who were around here even prior to you arriving on the scene. Talk to us. What did they say?
Yeah, a bunch of people that were sitting by the church said that one witness said that he was talking to a woman who saw somebody with an AR-15 going into the building, and that's what then they heard automatic gunfire. I heard gunshots, not so much rapid fire like an AR-15, but just I heard like a pop-pop that kind of supports that.
Okay.
But
all right, go ahead, continue talking. Police they want us to move further back, so hold on. We got it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So police are moving us. Hold on. Go ahead. Police are moving us back here. They want us to get as far back from Park Avenue.
All right, so that feed got cut, but it looks like they're trying to evacuate the building right now. They're getting employees out of it. That's what I can see. Hold on, let me show you.
My guess is they're taking us to Lexington because this is Park Avenue right here behind us. Now we're going to Lex, which is further away from where this happened. And they're doing this for our own security as well. This is where they're pushing, and they have been pushing back the general public. Anybody walking by up and down these side streets. On 50th, obviously on 51st, because that's where this incident happened, 52nd or 53rd. And they've had the area cordoned off from Lexington to Park, which is just where we just were, and then one.
Yeah, they earlier said that, Stan. They earlier said that he took himself out. So if he took himself out, the guy I'm looking at in the street was obviously somebody who was in the building. Sad story. Absolutely a sad story. But again, this is breaking news right now. It's happening just as we speak. So when you guys see her feed and she's trying to run around, obviously stay safe, keep her people safe as well, and also listen to what the police are telling her to do. Get out of here, go over there, go over there. And there's all kinds of different things. My main feed isn't live yet. Oh yeah, it is. Hold on. So let me go ahead and change camera angles. This is a different feed of Midtown Manhattan. Hold on, let me go ahead and get this up and running. It's more just like downtown footage of people, talking to cops. It's not really newsy. So what I'm gonna do is, wasn't there any security in the building? I don't know. Yeah, there was also a shooting in a casino in Reno today as well. So are we seeing the beginning of the summer? Is this what they're going to plan for us coming this summer? So it doesn't seem to be much different news right now. I'll keep it on for until we get to like the top of the hour. And if they're just going to block us all out and not let anybody see something, then more than likely I'll probably jump. But my other feed is up and running now, so let me go ahead and put that on in the background so we can see what's going on.
Is at least 2 people have been shot at a Manhattan office building. In that area, there's Bank of America, a number of banks, too, a very, very heavy police presence in that office building in Midtown Manhattan. We do have Kendall Green now with the very latest. Kendall, if you can hear us, where are you and what can you tell us?
Hey, what's going on, Natasha? We're here along 54th and Park Avenue. The building in the middle of the scene is right there near 943 Park Avenue, not too far away from us. And they've been pushing us back for quite some time as well since we've gotten here. And we talked to a bunch of witnesses who told us they heard some of those shots ring out. And they also heard warnings coming from other citizens that there was a shooter inside that building. And I have some of those witnesses right here. I'm going to be joined by one of the individuals who was inside pretty close by. Talk to me about what you saw, what you heard. Just tell me about it.
I was city biking home from work today from downtown, and I pulled up and I saw, 3 or 4 cops, going in with guns. I saw a car, black, BMW parked right outside the building, which looked like, the shooter's car. And then I saw, 5 minutes later, 2 people getting dragged out by police. Not sure if it was the shooter or civilians, but I saw 2 people, immediately put in an ambulance. Couldn't tell if they were alive or dead, but yeah, it's pretty scary.
You said that you thought there was some sort of robbery or something going on.
Yeah, it looked at first like it was some sort of robbery, and then they, transitioned into I believe that's the Blackstone building. And then, 3 or 4 cops immediately went in, and then, 5 minutes later, a couple hundred cops and, first responders showed up, and, 2 people came out, in the hands of the law enforcement. I'm not sure if they're alive or dead, but it looked like, they looked kind of dead to me.
And to see this type of response here along Park Avenue, a bunch of businesses, including where you work as well. I mean, the surprise about it.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again.
To see this type of response here along Park Avenue, I mean, nobody could imagine.
Yeah, it's shocking.
We see what happens across the country. To know what's happening in this building right now in Midtown Manhattan, got to feel for these poor people, and we're going to keep working to get information as the NYPD is supposed to have a press conference to tell everyone what's really going on. How did this person get in the building? Is there a second gunman? How many people are hurt? And is the police officer going to survive?
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, although they're in the middle of this, Alexis, that we haven't had a full update from police at this point. That's a little bit unusual, but again, things are still going.
In Park, so I was just leaving to go home, and I go east, and we were on the block, saw just a few cop cars, a few machine guns running around, and then out of nowhere they started pushing us down to 53rd because they realized that the shooter was in the 30th window and we were in the shooting zone. And then, cops and ambulances have just been coming like crazy.
You've been here for how long now?
Probably about an hour. Yeah, about an hour and a half now, trying to wait. Originally, we were back over on 51st and 52nd, and they started coming right away, saying, "Get back, get back." Then you started hearing and seeing cop cars coming from all different directions, the ambulances shutting down the roads. And then we've just progressively been shut down more and more. And when we asked a police officer, they did confirm there was an active shooter, as if we didn't already know. But they haven't given us any other details. We're finding out from the news more than we are the police officers at this point.
Appreciate y'all taking the time. And obviously, it's definitely a situation here. We spoke with another individual who also saw that was evacuated as well. We'll give you the latest on that in just a minute.
Yeah, Kendall, witnesses there painting a really terrifying scene, talking about a shooter perhaps on the 30th floor with police officers running with machine guns. I know that officers are pushing a lot of our reporters around this perimeter. As you can see behind you, still a very active scene. Maybe you can tell us about what's in that area in terms of the building. So I've heard Bank of America, potentially a Blackstone building as well. Any idea of the different businesses that are in that building?
Particularly, I can't tell you the particular buildings that's the businesses specifically, but Blackstone, I believe, owns 943 Park, 349 Park, and I believe Bank of America is housed within that building as well. So all of the different buildings not specific. I can't give you specifics on it. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So you're on Park Avenue near 52nd. What does that?
Where are we seeing? And I think right now we're looking at Skyfox video too from
clearing, a 60-story office building that houses everything from hedge funds to the NFL headquarters. Major League Baseball is close by as well. You've got potentially thousands of people in this building, and each one has to be gone through one by one in each and every cubicle, men's room, ladies' room, every nook and cranny of that building has to be cleared, not just for another shooter, but how do you know explosives weren't left inside that building as well? This is something that's going to take some time.
Yeah, and again, there are reports that other people have been arrested on scene, but we have not confirmed those reports at Fox News. And I appreciate it, Richard. Thank you very much. Joining me now, Bill Stanton, former NYPD officer. Bill, you see the familiar sight of police cars lined up, blocking roadways, clearing intersections block by block. What can you tell us, given what you're watching tonight?
Well, not only what I was watching, Laura, I had a team doing a surveillance out there for a completely different reason. The subject had about 5 retired cops when all of a sudden they saw PD, massive presence. They saw the automatic weapons, RMPs, police cars going up on the sidewalk. They heard no shots. They just saw mass pandemonium.
So they just saw ultimate chaos. And again, I don't know if you're seeing this shot of police slowly moving around this vehicle with its flashers on, both doors open now. They seem to be looking in this vehicle, closely examining it. I don't know if they're looking for any kind of explosive devices in this vehicle, but it sure looks like it has something to do with what went down in late in the afternoon, early evening in Midtown Manhattan.
Yes, my guess, if you would ask me, my first knee-jerk reaction, way early, but there are so many motives, so many different corporations, both the monetary that deal in high finance and the NFL. First thought is disgruntled employee, maybe someone that felt they were slighted in some way. It was thought out, and they probably ended up with the mindset in their head that they were going to take themselves out anyway.
If that photo is accurate, he seemed pretty casual about walking across that plaza. If that's indeed the individual that's now in 6 or 7 major media outlets, if that's the individual, he knew he was going to be killed and kill himself, or someone would kill him, and he was just going about his business and he was going to do it. It's unbelievable to watch that.
It's amazing, because part of my career on television for some of the networks were to do these things in plain sight. I would walk with a blue gun, a fake gun, and no one would notice. It's your body language. As long as you act normal, people are so into their not so smartphones. Yeah. They're not observant. They don't have, critical thinking skills. And if you walk with authority and just blend in, it is amazing what you could pass through, what people don't notice.
Yeah, the local Fox in New York reported a short while ago that at least 6 people were injured. We have other reports saying that 2 were shot inside the building, 1 dead, and the gunman dead. But again, there are so many individuals who could be hiding in that building. What we know and what we don't know yet. I think it's the known unknowns again in a situation like this until we actually get more information from NYPD. Now they're wrapping a string around this. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if you can look at this video, but they have like a string that's going from the back of the car to the front of the car, some kind of cord. And I guess it's maybe some type of camera to look at what's underneath the vehicle. But it looks like kind of a high-end sedan to me. It doesn't look like any jalopy type vehicle.
You and I are on the same page. That was my thought when I was thinking disgruntled employee, someone that felt they were slighted. That's what triggered it for me, looking at the high-end sedan. It's not like it's an old van, pickup truck. It doesn't seem, again, early, we're all getting this at the same time. It doesn't seem terrorist-related. That's not the profile, driving a high-end sedan. single person getting out like that. It would have been a different MO.
NYPD high source is telling us it's 41st floor. Sources say that it's locked in the whole floor, and they're not letting anyone out of the 41st floor right now. So imagine being one of those people inside that floor right now. They're on their internet. They're looking at what happened in the building, and again, we go back to 9/11 where people were trapped on floors and not knowing what the best course of action. But apparently, the 31st floor is the same thing. They're just not letting anyone leave.
Well, maybe that's where he worked. Maybe that's where he may have been employed, or maybe there was something sent to that particular floor. Once they make a positive ID on the assailant, the perpetrator, they're going to be right in his social media, seeing if there's any manifesto, any last words, or if he already sent it.
We were going to do I want to just do an update on this, then I want to mention something we were going to cover tonight. Because if you're just tuning in, an active shooter investigation underway in Midtown Manhattan right now. NYPD sources tell Alexis McAdams, one officer who was working security at the building, was shot. The gunman was armed with a rifle, first opened fire in the lobby itself. Police sources also saying he went to at least one other floor and shot people there. And then that the gunman shot himself on the 33rd floor. But now other sources are telling us that 41st floor and the 33rd floor are both locked down. There's an eyewitness interview going on right now. Let's watch.
Get a picture of the suspect. There's two pictures of him, and he looks like.
All right, so they just cut back to that same guy they were talking to before. All right, so nothing much new. Anybody who's been watching us since the beginning, you pretty much know what has happened thus far. A gentleman of Middle Eastern descent, winkety wink, walked into this building, basically right near 5th Avenue and 52nd and Park Avenue, walks in with a long gun and decides he wants to open fire. What was interesting as you were just watching that car, did he just drive up in the middle of the street, throw it in park, and then walk into the building? That's crazy. That is, and when you see the pictures of him walking, he didn't try to hide it. He didn't run. He just casually walked into this building. So I don't know if there was a guard or what, but they're going through this car with a fine-tooth comb, and this car, it's just parked in the middle of the street. Like, this guy didn't even think twice. He was just going to jump in. Jump out and do it. I'm hearing like sirens all over the place. SB just said that NYPD has confirmed the lone shooter has been, quote, neutralized. The scene is still very chaotic, and much of the Park Avenue building is still on lockdown. All right, so that's where we are at this point. They're still going through his car to make sure there's nothing else, and obviously the big presence was to go ahead and make sure there weren't any additional Nimrods trying to do anything. So what I'm going to do is jump over to Rumble. I've got an interview with JJ Carell tonight at 8:30, so we'll be jumping over really soon here.
A couple of floors still locked down for some reason, but the shooter has been neutralized, dead. Your reaction to what you're seeing tonight?
Well, I'm very interested, Laura, because the photo of the shooter that's walking into the building, he's not running. He's strolling into that building. So that tells me he was focused on getting into that building. Now, if the reports about him saying something about Free Palestine is correct, then there was a target inside that building because he wasn't just indiscriminately shooting around as far as we could see. He was focused on that building. And that is very important once they find out what his intended target was, because it'll also say a lot about his motivation. But I think the other thing that I'm seeing that people have to realize is that when there's an active shooter issue and law enforcement comes on scene and they're running with guns, people should be running the other direction, Laura. And I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing people stand around, and that is something that individuals, especially in New York City where this could potentially happen at any time, they have to understand that they need to run and get out of there if they see law enforcement running to a specific area.
Yeah, well, again, this is the voyeuristic culture that we live in, where everybody wants the viral video, and they stand around and they try to get a video and they post it online, and then all of a sudden 3 things they post are incorrect, and they give an incorrect view of what happened, and then we're off to the races. But I think you're onto something. It's the same thing I noticed with the photograph, Jonathan. Very casually strolling with that gun. Jonathan, thank you very much. That's it for us tonight. Stay with us, Fox, all night long.
All right, so at this point, it is what it is. It don't look like it's going to be anything more. I'm going to jump into a little bit my show. I just want to get you guys in a different mindset because this craziness that's going on. So at this point, I'll start up my show. I'll keep the feed going in case anything else shows up. But as of right now, we do not have anything different happening. Let me just see something here. Yeah, it's just more of the same stuff. There's nothing in that car. Look, let's just move on. And wow, keep people in your mind. Keep these people in your mind. They're going through crazy stuff in New York. I couldn't live there. Nah, nope. I could not live in New York City right now. You couldn't pay me enough money to go live in New York City. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Having to wonder. And then you get people running for offices who say, let's bring in more of them. And I'm not trying to convict the guy. I don't know in advance whether this guy was or whether he wasn't a newcomer. But what we do know is this is crazy. All right, so let me get back to my show. And I'll stay here. And I've got to jump over at 8:30 to take JJ Carell. But in the interim, it just goes crazy. All right, so I didn't have a chance to run my intro because this happened right away. So let's just get right into the show. So, taking a deep breath, moving on here. So today, what I saw in compiling my information for today's show, and what was supposed to be the beginning of it, was that I personally feel that President Trump has destroyed wokeism. At this point, they have nothing left. Maybe this is why they're acting the way they are. There is nothing left. And so, you notice I had, what's her name, Sydney Sweeney, and then, wait a minute, what do we got going on here? All right, 2 cops were shot, and one of the cops is dead. That was the new information that just came my way. Two cops have been shot. One of the cops is now dead. So we have an officer who was killed. Wow. Let me just show you the bottom up here.
Kids and their families and all the people who work in those buildings are okay. So the NYPD is going to do everything they can to get the situation under control and relay that information because people want it. They want it now.
All right, so this looks very targeted. He goes in very well prepared, vest, takes out security immediately, and goes right up to a certain floor. We're seeing, I guess it's a photo that may have been released of the gunman. Have you seen the photo? And can you describe what he looks like and the type of rifle?
So I've seen a bunch of different photos that are floating around. The NYPD said that the man is from out of state is all that they would say right now, and he's heavily armed, but that's all that they would say. So sometimes it seems like, covering.
It's weird because I've got my headset in, and I've got the feeds going, and all of a sudden I'm hearing all kinds of stuff happening, and crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, I'm going to try and get through a bit of my show here while this is all going on. It's so crazy. If you guys want me to go through, I'll do it, but the girl's wearing a cross. She is protected. Sounds like there might be more than just one lawbreaker. I don't know. I can't tell you. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Let's just jump into this show, and as things happen, if I got to break in, I'll go ahead and break in. But as you know, President Trump has got these people on the ropes. And they're going nuts. Be careful out there. Let's get on with it.
I should be working right now. I should be at the Capitol. I should be in a suit. Instead, Republicans sent us home because they would rather stand up for Donald Trump than release the Epstein files and stand up for victims. We could be in Washington, D.C., lowering your healthcare costs, lowering your grocery costs, and restoring your rights. I should be working right now. Instead, I'm pumping iron at the gym.
The end results will definitively be historically bad. He is crashing the economy in real time.
Donald Trump is teeing up a nationwide recession.
When Donald Trump is directly destroying the stock market in bursts of economic policy dementia.
This is economic arson. It's not a lightning strike. This is a guy setting fire to your savings.
Hi, this is Senator Alex Babiak here in Boyle Heights, just outside of downtown Los Angeles, in one of LA's most iconic, historic, and vibrant neighborhoods typically. But ever since Trump's ICE raids really began in earnest in early June, you've seen not just a drop in foot traffic, pedestrian activity here in the community, but all the business owners here have seen a significant drop in business.
So I'm not sure if Mr. Padilla realizes, but he just made the best commercial, the best ad for President Trump ever. Hey, there's nobody here. We got to make Trump stop deporting the newcomers, because if he keeps deporting the newcomers, there's no business, there's no people on the street. That's exactly the intention, Moron. We wanted these people not to be here, and now it's telling you something very, very interesting. You've seen the pictures of the lack of traffic in Los Angeles. You've seen all that. So now it's making sense. Was Los Angeles merely populated with an overabundance of newcomers? If you're going to go out there and you're going to make a man on the street video, and the topic you want to talk about is that President Trump has made the businesses suffer because there's no foot traffic, then you're pretty much telling the world and every single American with a functioning frontal lobe that it's been inundated with newcomers, which also means President Trump's doing the right thing.
Customers too afraid to come out and shop, too afraid to come out and eat, like it's a Chispa de Oro here in Boyle Heights. So for folks who are wondering what they can do to push back, what they can do to counter this Trump crackdown,
What do you mean push back? You can't push back. You're not supposed to be here. Here's the pushback. Take the $1,000 and get out. There is no pushback. There is no way for you to push back against ICE and the Border Patrol. At this point, you're in trouble. If you're scared to stay in your house, what kind of life is that? What kind of life is that for you to live if you're afraid to go outside? You think it's going to stop? It's not going to stop. It's only going to intensify. And if they see people like Mr. Padilla just said, that there's a whole bunch of people that are afraid to go outside, then I would park a whole bunch of ICE trucks there. You just told me they live there, they're newcomers, they're not supposed to be here, and they're afraid to go outside. So you just told us where they all are. I would make sure I have people walking up and down the street and making my presence felt. Thank you, Senator Padilla.
Protest with your wallet. Come support a small business, immigrant-owned business in these diverse communities as part of our pushback.
Doing business in a diverse community as part of the pushback. Notice he didn't define what the hell is a pushback. How are you going to push back with people who have committed crimes, and the crime is you're not supposed to be here? I don't think these people are thinking. I think Trump broke them. I think he completely broke them. They've got nothing left, and so now they're out there making campaign videos for the GOP. That's how bad it is.
This one was a surprising one to me, given everything that's going on in Russia, what happened in Iran, what happened in Gaza. But the bottom line is Democrats in the American voters' minds cannot hack it. What are we talking about? Party trust tomorrow in foreign policy. Well, the GOP holds an average 6-point lead in the month of July. Look at this. Fox News came out last week, plus 3 points for Republicans on foreign policy over the Democrats. You think that number is not high enough for you? How about the Wall Street Journal? GOP plus 8 points when they match congressional Democrats up against congressional Republicans. The bottom line is this. Despite everything that's going on in the world right now, Republicans are more trusted on Democrats when it comes to foreign policy and the world at large. Trust more.
I don't trust any pollster. None of them. And the only reason I show him is because it's so diametrically opposite from what all the other pollsters say. You know, the ones on the right who are supposedly supportive of Trump and MAGA, who are like, oh no, it's awful, we're going to lose the midterms. But they said, and we can see for our eyes, and now we can see crazy stuff happening in Manhattan. How can this be? How can people be worried about losing the midterms? It's a put on. Like I've said, it's an evidence front.
Foreign policy, you go back to 2024, Trump had a 6-point advantage over Kamala Harris. Again, look at the average right now. It hasn't moved despite everything that's going on in the world. You see Republicans plus 6 points here. And this goes back to a larger issue that we have discussed over and over again here in the mornings. Despite any misgivings that the American public might have about Donald Trump, when you match up Republicans against Democrats, Donald...
Wait. There's something crazy going on. What is this?
Scenario, where is a safe place to extricate yourself to?
They were showing, and I couldn't get to it in time, a woman being hustled down the street here.
Case, get to that location that you have previously identified and get to it. Activate your plan, and then hopefully for law enforcement to come to suppress and neutralize.
I don't know who she was. I don't know if that was the woman who was saying free, you know what, but that was kind of crazy. Here, look at it again.
Live on the scene. What's the latest there?
Now.
Yeah, right now, as we've been reporting, the gunman of New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says that the gunman has been neutralized. About an hour ago, we reported here on Fox News Channel that the gunman shot himself of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. When I arrived here about an hour ago, there were still reports that there were at least 6 victims in the stairwells near the 33rd floor, in the 33rd floor of that building. That is not confirmed. We know that police officer was shot. We know at least one civilian confirmed has been shot, and this gunman, whose picture we see him just strolling casually in a very odd way into the lobby plaza of this building, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. As we have been reporting, this would seem to be an internal employee situation of sort. As I talk, because the police said...
I don't think she was a person who needed help, because they wouldn't have been manhandling her like that. So I guess she's a suspect in this thing. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump over to Rumble early, because these people here don't like you hearing breaking news, and I'm pretty sure what's going to happen sometime soon here while we're talking about these crazy Democrats. They're probably going to go into a live press conference, and I'm going to want to carry that. So let me put up the Rumble button here so you guys can see it. Whew, some crazy stuff going on. Where's my Rumble button? Did I not put it up here? Yeah, okay. So we're going to put that there so you guys can get ready to go to Rumble. Let me go ahead and take any super chats that may be in here so we can talk freely about what the heck we're seeing without Big Brother worrying about if we're going to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm done. I'm done with having to worry about somebody's feelings while something like this is happening tonight. 1 second. All right. So, let me just make this, and then we'll jump over to Rumble real quick, because I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with a press conference. I would say relatively soon here. They're still going off, climbing all over that car as well. So I don't know what the heck they're doing. And let's do this and then jump. I've been seeing your podcast since I was in hospital in Los Angeles, and your newsworthy analysis is spot on. Your Eastern accent reminds me of New York City. Connecticut. Thank you very much, John. Adam, not got the guy yet. They got the guy. He leaked. He's done. Let's see, where was that? T Media and Publishing. I'm a medically retired police wife, retired or not, no matter how far away this is, personal for me. My heart aches for the officer's family right now. I'm crying. Yeah, indeed. Stop telling Barry how to do his show. He'll do what he wants. You know, my tenet has always been do what people want. If you guys want to see the stuff that's going on in New York, then I will show you the stuff that's going on in New York. Even though I've got something planned, I can always do it tomorrow, so I'm not really worried about that. And plus, I've got JJ Carell's interview at 8:30. So let's go ahead and make the jump now, and then I can show you some of the other stuff that I can't show you on X. All right, so let me run the break, and then when we come back from the break, we'll be on the other side.